Hey, what is up everyone? It's Robbie here. I want to apologize for not really posting much lately. I got really busy and my crew can't always go exploring abandoned buildings with me, so I decided to change my name on YouTube, if you've noticed. I changed it to a name that is exploring and mechanic combined, which I think was kind of cool. As you can see, I kind of want to get into car content. I want to be able to film cars and post cars, go to car meets, and post the own little crew that I own. But I want to take you for an adventure through a 1987 Fox Body Mustang that I am restoring, I guess, in a way. So here's the motor, as you can see. I should have started this back when I first got the car, but I didn't really think of it. I kind of just wanted to go along the process. But today, I'm going to break it down for you and everything that I've done to the car so far, and then we'll take you from here, and hopefully you guys forgive me. So let's start off with the engine. When I bought the motor, it was not painted, clearly. It was actually really crappy condition. It wasn't the best, so I sent the motor out for some rework. So I decided to have the block bored out to 20 thou. Had the lifter bores cleaned and sleeved. We got new freeze plugs on it. And then that's kind of where I stand. He checked for cracks and all that. Everything looked good to him. So I went ahead and painted the block, painted the oil pan. And yeah, it's been an expensive journey so far, but it's been fun. I've learned a lot, and this thing looks pretty dang good. And so what I did was I ordered some Summit cast pistons, which were very nice pistons. I decided to go with some Speedmaster cast aluminum cylinder heads with some CNC features. They're running 62cc chamber with 190cc intake runner, which what I'm going for is kind of a street drag race car, but I want to be able to twin turbo it and drive it as naturally aspirated, so that's why I'm going down that route. So on top of that, we ordered a Summit Racing F303 camshaft, which I'm very excited to hear. Everyone's been telling me it sounds great, so that's exciting. I decided to go with some Ford Performance roller lifters, which were pretty cool. They fit perfectly. Then I got Comp Cam's roller lifter spider, which I needed. And then I got Comp Cam's Magnum double roller timing, which was sweet. I didn't know how well the stock timing chain would have held up if I were to buy a stock one, so I just went ahead and got the double chain thing, which is pretty sweet actually. It looks like it's super heavy duty. On top of that, I decided to go with the high volume oil pump Summit Racing 1.6 to 1 aluminum roller rockers. And then I went with some Pro Comp guide plates, and then Howard Cam 6.5 inch push rods. Edelbrock Performer RPM intake, which you can see looks really good besides all the tape on there covering it up. And I think it matches the heads pretty well. Then I went with some Speedmaster valve covers. I had to get taller ones, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So with the motor, I obviously still have to get the front stuff like a water pump, alternator. I got to get accessory brackets for that stuff, thermostat. I got to get a bunch of stuff still to make this run, but I got it where I want it to be to put it into the car, and then that way I don't have to worry about dinging like the water pump, alternator, any of that shit up, or breaking it when I put it into the car. But that's where I'm at on the motor right now. It's been a really fun journey, honestly. I've learned a lot. I went with, I don't exactly know whose it was. So I decided to go with a Fel Pro gasket kit. These gaskets are nice, I've heard. They're very, very good. So I went with those, and I've used them throughout the build when I need them. I'm waiting on getting an exhaust. My buddy's selling me a Flowmaster exhaust kit that is from the headers all the way back to the rear. I still need to get that, but that reminds me. We also have our transmission. So funny story, I actually bought this from a guy in Ohio for like $100. Didn't come with the bell housing. So I picked up the bell housing separately, as you can see. Got that for like, I think it was like $50. I've got really good deals on a lot of the stuff so far. But yeah, 5-speed T5. I was going to go with the T56, but way too expensive. I know I'm going to break third gear on this T5 eventually. So then I'll go with one of those performance ones that'll actually be able to hold like a decent amount of horsepower. But yeah, that's kind of where I sit right now with the motor wise. We can take a trip down to the Fox Body in the barn and check it out. I'm warning you right now, it is nothing beautiful, okay, yet, but it's gonna get there, and you guys are gonna walk through this project with me. So let's go down to the barn. Here is the 87 Fox Body. Like I said, it needs a lot of work, but we've already started some of it. So I'm going to show you what's going on as I get my handy dandy light out. Okay, so picked up this car, okay, from Ohio for a couple grand. There's no rust on the car at all. Everything is very, very clean, very nice. I picked this car up and there was a little rust on the shock towers, which clearly we cleaned up. Had to remake some frame on that side, welded it all back up, got everything out of the way, painted the engine bay black so that way I didn't have to do it later. This piece right here, I can explain what that is. It's not part of the car, right there, obviously. This is actually a homemade dashboard that I made. Doesn't look like much. I'll have to paint it and all that, but I plan on cutting where I want to put my gauges into it and switches, and then after I do that, deburr it, make it look nice around the edges, and then paint it. But I'll show you the inside. And it's not a notchback, sadly. But here's the inside. I fully stripped out the dashboard, ECU, literally everything. I'm gonna make my own wiring for it. I'm gonna redo it like that. I'm gonna eventually get new seats for it. I wanna do some racing seats with a quick release steering wheel, and then I wanna go with a 4-point harness and then a roll bar. So this car was really nasty on the inside, so I cleaned it all out. I found a couple things that were in the back of the car. I found a radiator, drive shaft, random air intake tubing, some panels that don't even actually go into the car, and just really random shit, air filter, a couple of random things. I got a bunch of shit back here now, which is a car cover and some other shit, panels, but I already stripped the back of the car like completely out. You can't really see because of the car cover, but I already stripped the back out. This car does have a 8.8 in the rear with 410 gears, which is pretty sweet. 410 or 411, I can't quite remember. So that will be fun. But yes, this car was an automatic. I'm making it a manual because I prefer manual. But yeah, that's kind of where I sit with the car. Not much to the actual car has been done yet. It was locked up, obviously, because it's sitting for a while. I had to figure out that issue. It was a seized up hub in the back. Next time I do some, when we put the motor in it, or I do some other stuff with the motor, I'll definitely include you guys in watching it done. But yeah, this is the project. I just thought I would update you guys. She's something else. Thinking about painting it dark gray. I think that would look good. I gotta obviously do a lot of work to it, but. So something else funny about this car. This is actually a Fox Body GT. You wouldn't believe it because of the LX body on it. But the previous owner, not the guy I bought it from, but the one before him who was into drag racing, decided to convert the body on this from GT to an LX because it was 10 pounds lighter, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but yeah, okay. So yeah, this is where we sit at right now. She's pretty. Got a lot of plans. Lots of plans. This is literally going to look insane when it's done. It's going to look so good. And I thought I would take you guys through it, and we can all go through this together. And so I'm sorry about not posting. Like I said, I'm sorry for not posting abandoned exploring videos. We're going to get back into it. We just all needed some time. But I figured on the side, when they're busy or maybe they're working on car stuff and I am, or whatever we're doing, this can be our second go-to thing. This can be our, while they're busy, let's make some content. So this is what it's going to be. We're going to have car shit on here, and we're going to have abandoned building exploring stuff on here too. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the little follow-up catch-up thing, and if you have any questions or any cool ideas I should take into consideration for this build, I would really appreciate it. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the little catch-up video I did, and I will see you guys in the next one when we're doing something to this or we're exploring abandoned shit. Alright, I'll see you guys later.